Hello, this is Crochet Chaos, and I'm Georgia. Today you're going to see a bit of the chaos. I am going to go through this basket over here that we talked about before that I have yarn sitting on now, and another basket that I have down here close to the floor, and we are going to do a frog fix or finish video. First things first, let me put a stitch marker in here where this doesn't unravel. I was just working on this. Get off of there. There we go. This is my Taylor Swift dress that I started and had to start over on, and I realized the other day that I messed up the pattern and there's supposed to be another row of green, and I discovered this 43 rows and I'm not taking it apart. It can be, the pattern can be a little wonky. I don't think anybody will know or notice. I could be wrong, but that's being finished, obviously. This is the original that I started on, and this is being frogged. This is going to go into the frog pile. I will reclaim all of this yarn, and there's quite a bit in here. The other thing that is in here is this giant granny square. This is going to be frogged. And here's another one that I started. This will be frogged. I thought that I was making a dress, and these squares are too big now. This will also be frogged and yarn reclaimed. What is interesting place for a big twist label? That I was using the Lion Brand Kobu for this, and yeah, that will be reclaimed as well. I need to get on that. My yarn scrap bag. Now for this other basket. This is being frogged. It was going to be an egg yolk, but I don't know what I did, but it was supposed to be curved and it didn't curve, and I don't know why. So I tried to flatten it more and I steamed it, and it's not happening. That's being frogged. What is this? Oh, that's what this is. This is just a weird thing that I have going on. I wanted to try the loops and threads craft tube because it's supposed to be like the wooble yarn, to see if I liked it, and it's okay. But I decided that I'm just going to make a rug out of it, a throw rug, and I'm just adding random colors to it as I go. And I don't know why I didn't attach this. Maybe it wasn't a whole row. I don't know. But that's what's going on here. I actually forgot that I had this. I will finish that because I have no other use for this yarn. And I have no idea how. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. I've got 4 of these. Let's measure the screen section. 5 and what's this, 20, 25 inches, just over 2 feet. That'll be a small throw rug. That could go somewhere. How long is it? Or wide, rather. So it's an inch wide, 23 inches wide. It'll be a square. Maybe I'll get another color or two to add on here to make it longer. All I know is that, or I could give it to the cats. The cats might like it. That can make a good cat blanket. We'll have to see when it's done. I didn't think about that. It could make a good cat blanket. But I totally forgot about this. And I guess if I need it longer, I will pick up another skein of this. There's stuff in thread stuck in there. There we go. Here we have, what is this? It's green and black. No, it's green and gray. Oh, this is a jumper that I'm making. This is going to be a fall sweater that I've started on. I'll put a picture of it over here. I guess it's called the Gemini jumper, and when I first seen it, I seen it done in, like, the one side done in rainbow, and I'm like, I'm going to do it like that. And then I changed my mind, but I've got I think I'm working on the last green square. So I've got all the little green squares made for it. I will have to double check. And I made a note that I'm making it in green, white, gray, and black. I might change that. I might do green, purple, white, and black. I don't know. Green and purple is my favorite color scheme right now. So that will definitely be finished. What do we have here? Oh, this is a fishnet shirt that I have started off and on. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, honestly. But yeah, I decided to make it out of the, why is this so long? Maybe I was making a long sleeve one. That has to be it. This is the Hobie cotton silk mix. I think this is an odd thing to be making it out of, but I don't know. I had a reason for it at the time. But take that out of there. A stitch marker. One small thing product. And I will put this yarn away when I'm done here. Set it right there for now. Next bag. Oh, this is my Bookworm project that I've kind of abandoned. Okay, I'm making it out of Big Twist Posh, and I'm actually using a caterpillar pattern. I'll put it up here, I'll link it below. It was supposed to be a fidget toy, and I've got 2 sections done, and I've read more than like 2 books. I've got a list of books somewhere that I've read for this. I will have to find that. I know that, let's see, one of these is Macbeth. I think this one's Macbeth. This one might be Annihilation. Absolution. The last book in the Southern Reach trilogy that Jeff Vandermeer wrote. I've I've got a number of books to put on here for that I read in for uni. The Overstory Beautyland was last year. The Overstory. What else did we read in that class? I don't remember. I have it written down. And a bunch of like educational nonfiction books. I've got John Scalzi's Old Man's War series to put on here. I'm on book 4. Zoe's Story. No, Zoe's Tale. It's called Zoe's Tale. There's Old Man's War, The Ghost Brigade, The Last Colony, and now Zoe's Tale. There's 2 more, and then there's a 3rd being released later this year. Got 2 Kaiju number 8 mangas to add, B-side and volume 13. There might be volume 12 might have come out earlier this year. Around real quick, see if anything sparks my memory. But there's a couple other things that I need to add. But since I'm doing it this way, it'll work up quick when I get back to that. I forgot that I was working. Well, I didn't forget that I was working on this. I forgot where I put it. This is a Nightmare Before Christmas scarf that I'm working on for someone, based on Sally, and it's quite long. The pattern that I found has you use puff paint. Here's the one panel that be hooked on, and then there's like another section that this one has to be sewn on because it goes, and like everything else goes this way, this one goes this way, it has to be sewn on. But the pattern has you use puff paint for the embellishments, and I don't want to do that. It looks a little sloppy in my opinion, so I'm like making the embellishments out of yarn, and it's just taking me a bit to figure out how to do some of these. So it's pretty close to being done, and I have like, I thought that I was closer to being done on this than I was, and I discovered that okay, I had this much, like half of it, and maybe more than half. I don't know, but I discovered that I forgot a couple panels and had to take it apart, take sections of it apart, and redo it. Between that and doing the embellishments out of yarn instead of just puff painting them for quickness, I did not get this done when I wanted it done, and so hopefully I'll get it finished by winter or fall, whenever it gets cold. Next up, what is this? If I can get it open. What is this? Oh, this is a hexagon granny, or a hexagon cardigan that I'm working on, and I think I'm making this out of, oh no, I didn't put a thing in here what I'm making it out of, or what side, oh boy, there are no notes on this one. I think that I'm making this out of a Big Twist Halloween yarn that was released last year. So, that back in there. And my problem is I want to work on everything at once, and I'm one person and I can't do that. definitely, it's difficult. And there's a ball of yarn for that guy. And back in there, and this is also a hexagon cardigan that I'm actually quite, oh, I was modeling, oh, I'm actually almost got half of it done. I decided to use the pattern, which was the pattern from the 6-Day Star Blanket on this one. And that wasn't working for me, so where is it? No, it looks right. But that's what I'm doing here. I thought it would look cool. And I'm making this out of Lion Brand Mandala, the color Slimer. Yes, Slimer. And I don't know why I got like almost halfway done and then stopped and put it away. I definitely want to finish this for Halloween. I'll probably wear it even if it's not Halloween season. I think this yarn is just amazingly weird. Yeah, I put on here 6-Day Hexagon Cardigan for my notes. So I've got these little works in progress cards that I put in here. So there's that one. This, I think I'm just going to repurpose. I just need to figure out how to do what I want to do. I had my ball of my skiing fall apart here, and I don't understand why this, oh, that's a new one I started. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this and tie it off. Okay. I was originally making these long strings of Monstera Swiss cheese vines to decorate the canopy bed with. And it didn't work. It's partially the yarn that I used, and I used this. It's the K&C Super Merino from Joann's, the Superwash Merino. It's a size 2, I think, but the color is Pothos of Vine, so perfect color for this project. And the leaves aren't big enough, and they don't hang right, and it's just a whole thing. So I have this massively long thing here. What I'm thinking of doing, I am going to do, is I'm going to figure out how to shorten these, and I'm going to turn it into a hanging plant rather than take all this apart. So I just need to make a pot for it and add all that. So you know what, I'm going to put this over here since it's in a bag and that basket. Now we're getting into the fun stuff, and I mean that sarcastically. This is a bunny rabbit purse that I made. This is the second one I made. The other one's green. And when I finished it, I was almost done, and I realized I didn't have the hardware for it. So I just attached it to the sides, and as you can see, that did not work so well. And I made, there's cat furs on here, and I made the strap way too long. Like, this thing goes down to my knees, so I need to shorten the strap, and I have the hardware now, plus the D-rings in here. So I need to take the strap apart, add the D-rings, and add the lobster clasps. And I need to look at, no, what I need to do is take the D-rings, I know what I did on the last one, and I need to attach here on the side, and then I need to add the lobster claw clips to this. Yeah, this was done long ways, so I had to take this whole thing apart. There's just no shortening it. But I made this out of the Big Twist t-shirt yarn. I have a whole stash of it. Like, I stocked up on it when Joann's was closing, because this is the sturdiest t-shirt yarn that I have found. So this is on my to-do list for this week, now that I have the this is hexagon sweater that I made, and there's something that needs to happen with okay, I made one of the cuffs longer than the other one. I need to fix that, and it went through the wash, and one of my squares is coming out. So it smells like cat butt. Somebody slept on it. So I need to figure out how to fix this, or just take that half apart and redo it, which might be the better case. You know what? I made this several months ago. I used one of the, or two of the Karen cloud cakes for it. It's a little oversized now, but I think it's fine. But I'll just take the one side apart and fix it. And that's the side with the messed up cuff, so that'll work. I will just, that'll make that easy. The next thing, I need to decide what to do with it, and I might just frog this and redo it completely. This was one of the first wearables that I made, also covered in cat hair and lint. And there was a lot more to me when I made this. And by that, I mean I've lost a lot of weight since I made this. And as you can see, it does not fit anymore. It is huge, like huge. So this needs to come down like 4 sizes, and yeah, I've got it inside out. It's fine, and it's been through the wash. It's snagged on something. But I was originally just going to take it apart and take rows off of everything, but I don't know how many rows I need to take off of each one of the panels, so I might just redo it if I can't figure that out. Oh, and where it's snagged here, it's coming undone, so yeah, that I'll probably take this apart and just redo it. So I'll put that with the cardigan. It's fixed. what do we have here? Oh, this is being frogged. I started making a kerchief top. Again, I'll put the picture up. And I don't like how it's working out in this merino. Again, it's the K&C Superwash Merino. I'm frogging it. I decided that a while ago. This started, it's going to be a top-down raglan. And it's fine. But I haven't, no, yeah, it goes like this. But I haven't decided if, it's really soft. I haven't decided if I'm happy with this colorway. I'll probably finish it. You know what? I'll finish this. I have a hat that I made in something in a very similar color. I'll finish this one. I just have to figure out what size hook I was using. Oh, this was the first wearable I made, not the other one. This is a very simple type shirt made by sewing together 2 granny squares. A belt for it that I attached, oddly. Oh, I see what I did. I did that for storage. To get that off of there. Why did I attach it to this? It was for storage where I didn't lose it. This was a little big to start with, but nothing like huge. But yeah, it goes down past my knees. But like you could fit 2 of me in here. This needs to come apart. This is being frogged. Like there's, I don't know, maybe I could just start taking it apart until it fits properly. I don't know. This was also made out of a Lion brand mandala. I really like the color. Like, oh my god, how much of this would I would have to take a lot of this out? Like probably to here. Wow. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 14 rows on each panel. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll put this in the, I'll figure it out as I go pile. Another hexagon cardigan. This was the first hexi cardigan I made. I need to fix this. One of the seams came undone in the wash. And I need to adjust one of the cuffs because it's a little tight. Where is that seam that I need to do? Oh, I made a hood for it, for this one. It's right here. It's just like this small spot that I need to resew. Just lost it. I just had it right here. It's just the seam came undone. And right here as well. That's where the hood is attached. And something I made, and it was less of me, and it's really oversized. Wow. Oh, I found the other seam that came out. It's on the sleeve. I didn't realize it was that big. I may want to think about resizing this a bit. Wow. This I need to decide what to do with. I bought this shirt specifically to add a crochet to it, and the shirt's a few sizes too big now. I mean, I could keep it as an oversized thing and just go back to putting the straps on it that I was adjusting and making it a little longer. Or I could just reclaim the yarn. I don't know yet. Oh, wait a minute. Let's put it on before I make it and see if that helps me decide what I want to do. There's the sleeves. Oh, the shirt itself is way too big. This will be frogged. I will repurpose karami on here for something. I'll turn it into a patch for a jacket or something. But this is definitely getting frogged. This is snood I made, and I like it, but I don't like it. I wish that it had been made, the stitches going the other way, but it still doesn't serve its purpose. Like, I mean, it works right. I mean, it works just fine. It'll serve its purpose, but I was thinking about pulling it apart and redoing the stitches going the other way, but I don't know if I want to go through that trouble because I held two different yarns together and I don't know how well this is going to frock. But my problem is I really, like, the whole thing is stretchy except for the foundation stitch. It doesn't stretch and it bugs me. And you can see that, like, no amount of blocking is going to help this because I can't make that stretch. So I've been considering taking it apart and redoing the stitches going the other way. This skirt is getting frogged. I started this. This is actually the second time I've started this. No, this is the original. Okay. This is supposed to be a... What is this? I feel like there should be another version of this somewhere. Oh, and this... I'm not going to finish this. This is getting frogged. This was going to be a hat. That's getting frogged. But I started the skirt and I didn't, when I made the band, I didn't realize how much it was going to stretch. And I made it a little big, like this much too big to begin with, and well, I can fix that by putting a drawstring on it or putting belt loops on it. And then I lost weight. You can fit two of me in here. So this it'll wrap all the way around me now, and I'm not even stretching it. So this definitely needs frogged. And somewhere there is a second iteration of this where I started. I may have already frogged it. I don't know. But there's a second version of this somewhere where I started over after I realized that the band had stretched. And then I decided to do one in Beetlejuice colors. And I bet this is getting frogged. I bet this isn't going to fit. But this is going to be way too big because of when I started it. Yep. This is being frogged as well. I could fit 1.5 of me in here. And finally, I started the skirt over again. And I decided that well, I guess this is getting frogged. I decided that I didn't like the, I mean, this could be taken in with like a drawstring. It's not too bad. Maybe I'll continue with this, but like I decided that I didn't like the yarn that I chose for here to attach it, and that I was going to do something else. So, and see, today I'm looking at it and I kind of like it, so I don't know. Some days I like it, some days I don't. It's probably best to take this apart and come up with another design for it. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm taking out my stitch markers. So where I was putting the straps. It's pink, it blends in. Okay. That's being frogged. And let the frogging begin. I'm starting with the Taylor Swift dress that went viral last year. And I started making this out of Lily Sugar and Cream using black, white, mint, and lilac. Late summer last year, I decided I was going to start using my yarn and making my wardrobe. And I was a little late to jumping on the trend of making my own Taylor Swift dress when everybody else was doing it. So fall came around and I decided that it was a little too cold, that by the time I was done it was not going to be temperature appropriate, and I'm like, I will revisit it in the spring. Well, between then and now, my doctor put me on Mounjaro to control my diabetes, and I lost 100 pounds. That is why this is going to be so big. Like, it's going to be massive on me. And I have various pieces of clothing that I've made that's in various states of completed. I have a handful of shirts and sweaters that I did that have to come completely apart and be resized and yada yada yada. But I have restarted on the dress. I've almost got the first the back panel done. I'm finishing the one row, and I've got one more to go after that. I still think it's going to be a little big, but I think it'll be fine. I discovered after 43 rows that I messed up on the pattern, and there should be one more row of green on each of these, but I'm not taking all that out. But I do want it a little bit oversized. I'm using the same colors, but I'm using Yarn Art Jeans. It's a size 2 acrylic cotton blend, and I think it would be much better for summer than the Lily Sugar and Cream. It's much lighter weight and it drapes better. So even though this is going to be a bit oversized, I think it'll be fine. But before I can get started frogging the original dress, I need to take care of this bit of yarn where I can start attaching the rest of the black to it from the dress. For those wondering, I am using a Kado electric yarn winder, and I love this thing. I do have, like, you know, the cheap hand you know, manual ones, but if I have to do like a lot of frogging and winding yarn, it really hurts my shoulder. So the electric yarn winder it is. And now I can attach the black to it. Oh, this is gonna suck. I weave in my ends as I go, and this is going to make this quite interesting. What, Gordon? What you doing? I hear you meowing. What you doing, Gordon? Pull a bunch out and get started that way. Oh, can you not? Man, all I have to do is look at yarn and it tangles. This is my lot in life. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get that back into the tension thing. I'll tell you what. I'll be back once I've got this completed. I'm back, and these are the 4 balls that I have from pulling apart the dress panel. There's a little bit more yarn here than I thought there was. Let's stick it in this little basket here. And while I was at it, I also wound up all the partial balls of yarn I had stuck in there that I was using for the project. So that's all cleaned up. And I think that's all the yarn winding I'm going to do today, because this took a little bit more time than I thought it would. And I will be back tomorrow with more. So Monday I had a bit of an accident. There used to be a rather thick and heavy shelf that ran across this brick wall over here above the fireplace. I was sitting here crocheting, doing my thing, minding my own business, hurting no one, when out of nowhere the shelf just completely gives way, and it landed across my shoulders and back about this far down from my neck. I'm lucky, had it landed on my head, that would have been a concussion, and there was nobody here to take me to the hospital. As it is, I should have gotten my back looked at. I'm having a lot of problems now. I mean, I still should probably get it looked at, and if things don't improve in a day or two, I will. But it's black and blue. It's swollen. Every time I move, the room starts spinning. I'm really wobbly on my feet. I mean, it's slowly getting better, but it's not good. So I definitely took some trauma to my spine. When I looked at the wall where the shelf fell, you guys are not going to believe this. By my estimation, there should have been about 6 concrete screws holding up the shelf. There were 2. And some sort of rubber cement like glue. Yeah, there is something on the wall where the wooden brackets were, that has the consistency of dried rubber cement. As far as I know, it's somebody used E6000, but at any rate, that shelf was not mounted properly, and it was mounted like that when we moved here. So that happened. 2 screws and some sort of industrial glue. That, yeah, we have found so many weird things about this house since we bought it. Today, I have to start winding the yarn and putting it away. I have put milk wooden crates up here. I went to Michael's and picked up 3, 5, 6, 8 of them. I moved the non-broken IKEA cubes to run to places. Like 2 of the spots make sense. That one back there does not. I don't know where else to put that. I have skeins that are in the same condition. So I need to wind yarn. I went to the dollar store yesterday and picked up some pegboard, you know, the little pegboards that they have, to make another pegboard wall. Initially, I thought that I would make a long one and put it next to the crates here on the wall, and I'm like, no, it's not going to hold on the concrete. That's a bad idea. So it's going to go on the side of the IKEA cube thing that I have right here. So it's time to get winding, and I'm glad I have an electric yarn winder. I have some footage that I will insert here that I took of the yarn mess that I have to clean up and put away. I'm probably going to be at this most of the day. I'm not going to lie. And I guess I'll start this, because why not? This is This is supposed to be DK. This is a very thin DK. I like holding the yarn down with a piece of tape on this because I've found that otherwise sometimes it, I don't know. And the yarn has already knotted because of course it has. Because this just couldn't be easy. But I like putting a piece, like taping down the end of the yarn onto the winder because I found sometimes it gets sucked up into the cake and then I can't find it. Me versus the center tool is an ongoing thing. They backed up with you guys when I got this wound. I'm still winding yarn. I'm going to be winding yarn for a bit. I thought that I had all of my Debbie Bliss cotton yarn wound up, but I found this. Gives you an idea of kind of the mess things have ended up as due to this shelf falling. But what I'm doing is I'm winding yarn by color because in my mind that makes sense to me to make it easier to put away so I can put it away as I go. Now I was pulling out the purple yarn because that just happens where I started. Just happens to be where I started. And I'm pulling out all this yarn. This one I may not actually have to wind. This one's is still in good shape as opposed to, oh, I don't know, this one. But as I was pulling out the purples, I came across a skein of green yarn, and I'm like, and I'm saying to myself, where's the rest of my green yarn? I've got more of this green yarn. Where is it? And I'm looking around for it, and I'm looking around for it, and it's not in the box. And this box is what I thought I had left to wind. And yesterday, looking at the box, I'm like, I'm gonna need 3 more wooden crates. I went and got the 3 more crates to add to the 5 I already had. And I'm like, where's my green yarn? And I'm looking around for it, and I can't find it. And then it dawns on me, and I pick up the box, and underneath it is a plastic tub filled with yarn. Filled with so much yarn, the lid's not on it properly. How I missed this bucket, how I forgot about this bucket is beyond me. And I just looked at that and I wanted to cry because I'm going to be winding yarn forever now. This is never going to end. And it's just taking so long because of the way things are tangled. So I'm looking at this bucket and I'm like, I need more crates. So I had to go back to Michael's and buy 3 more crates. So while we were at Michael's, it was pointed out to me that there had to be a more cost-effective way of doing this rather than the crates. And because of where the crates are going, they have to sit on top of the fireplace, which, don't worry, it doesn't work. Well, I mean, that sounds stupid. And it feels weird saying that a fireplace needs service, but it can't really be used because if you light a fire in there, the entire house fills with smoke. Like, who knows what's going on. The people that own this house before us, like, and we're not entirely sure if they were the original owners, but this poor house has issues, and it's not good. But because I have to set them on top of the fireplace, I have to have something that size-wise will fit there. So this is what I'm stuck doing. These milk crates. And now I have, are they milk crates? They're wooden crates. So now I have to stack them 1, 2, 3, 4 high. Which means my short ass isn't going to be able to reach the top ones without a stool. I'm thrilled. I am completely thrilled. And I also love untangling yarn. This is my new hobby, I swear. This is why this is taking me so long. But yeah, I thought that I just had this box of about 2 dozen skeins of yarn to do, and here I've got an entire large plastic bucket. I just want to crochet and ignore my homework. Well, no, I shouldn't be ignoring my homework. I just realized a thing. Thursday I had to wash off 4 skeins of yarn that were in this pile of stuff that needs to be dealt with. And I set it outside in the sun to dry, because the last time I put yarn through the dryer, it tangled, and I still have to deal with that. And I went out to do errands, and I got a message that we had storms coming in, that we were under tornado watch, that we were under flood warnings. We're always under flood warnings when it rains here. I forgot that the yarn was outside and I didn't have it brought in, so it got soaked. It dried out a little bit overnight. I was out there when I left today to run errands, and it's currently storming and the yarn is outside getting wet again. At this point, I'm not getting it back. It belongs to nature. Hello. I just went and got a package that FedEx once again drop kicked and then delivered. This is an order for from Hirschner's. I ordered some Halloween yarn and some Lily sugar and cream stuff that I've not been able to get because it's not sold. The colors aren't sold in the store here. And I've got another order coming from Hobby, whatever. One from Yarnspirations and another one from Premier. And after this, I'm putting myself on a yarn buying ban because I don't need any more yarn. I don't even have a place for the stuff that I just bought, especially since my shelf came down. I talk about that somewhere, and somewhere I have all kinds of video segments that I have put together that I need to edit and make happen. So first up I have, oh wait a minute, this does not, I swear I ordered Halloween yarn from Hirschner's. Maybe I didn't. Maybe this is just Lily Sugar and Cream and K&C. Let me look. Lily Sugar and Cream Cone Solid, K&C Essential. Actually, I know what. No, I did not order Halloween yarn from Hirschner's. I thought that I did. The yarn that I was looking at was Hirschner's brand and acrylic, and I have bought some of that, and I do not like working with it. I mean, the colors are beautiful, but I don't like working with it. Okay, so we have Lily Sugar and Cream and K&C Cotton because Hirschner's finally has the Big Twist in stock, and they have some of the K&C Cotton in stock. I wish somebody would pick up the K&C Superwash Merino. I love this stuff, but we'll see what happens. This whole yarn thing's not over yet. So first up, I bought 6 skeins of the Lily Sugar and Cream. I just looked at the color of this where I knew what it was. This is, oh my god, Spring Squirrel. It's purples and yellow. I have 6 of those. I tend to order everything in 6s. I don't know why. It's a thing I do. I have a cone of the Kitchen Breeze. I have been looking for this, trying to get my hands on this for forever, and it's not carried in any of the stores around here. It never has been, and every time I go to order it, it's out of stock. And this is much softer than I'm used to the Sugar and Cream being. It's usually a little on the stiff side, but this is not. Maybe they did some improvements. And I got 6 things of the Stoneware, which is another color that nobody has ever carried here, and I love these 2 variegated colors. And then I picked up the K&C Cotton, 2 skeins of Camper Van. It's a green. I know my lighting in here is horrid. And I don't think this is one that I bought from Joann. I don't think they initially had it. I will have to double check. 2 things of white because I don't know why. I thought that I needed it. I probably don't. 2 skeins of Rose Garden, which my Joann's never had in stock. And and 2 skeins of lavender field. Now I thought that I would use these 4 colors and make granny squares and make something out of it, but I'll figure that out later. And that's everything that's in here except for their promo stuff. Or this green smoothie stuff. I seen that at Costco, and it's expensive. Like, I am not paying that much for kelp. Actually, I don't know what's in it. There's spirulina, probiotics, and some other stuff. And of course, a Hirschner's flyer catalog thing. Promoting their yarn and like their name brand yarn, which I said I don't like the acrylic. Wonder if they have a cotton that I might like. I'll have to look into that. And that's it for this yarn haul. And now I get to go find a place to put all this. Yay. In fact, I haven't even put together or finished putting away the yarn that fell off the shelf. Well, I have to wind most of that. I do have a lot of it wound. Like I did a couple days ago, I did talk about how I needed to wind like all of that yarn off it. But I have quite a bit. I have some of it done. And it's taking so long because everything is tangled. But I do have all of my Debbie Bliss green cotton that I bought like long before the pandemic, that I was going to make a shawl out of it, and then I set it aside and I totally forgot about it, and I recently took it apart. But I have all this wound. There's 5 or 6 skeins of it. I rewound. This is the 24/7 cotton from Lion brand. I rewound that. That one somehow stayed wound. Another 24/7 cotton. 2. Okay, I've only found 4 skeins. Maybe I did only have 4 skeins of the Debbie Bliss, because I remember I bought this at the local yarn store, and it was a little on the expensive side for cotton yarn, but I went in there, I felt bad not buying anything, and initially I wasn't going to, because it was like one of those yarn stores that are like, oh, you crochet, you have cooties, like I'm not gonna help you. And that was the attitude that they had. But I seen this, and green is my favorite color, and especially mint greens, so I bought it. And I got my Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK wound. This I'm making a lightweight cardigan out of, to wear over like spaghetti strap stuff, to be professional for work. Well, I shouldn't even say work, it's going to be student teaching. And I have started on the Big Twist Living stuff, and what I did was, I mean, as you can see, I was able, after I wound these up, I was able to put the labels, the yarn wrapper back on it. But with the Big Twist, it didn't want to go, so I squished it and taped it, and now they're more compact, and I think they're going to store better. So I'm excited to find, and see, what's really cool is like they're just a little bit bigger than the Lily Sugar and Cream skeins, and they're neater too. But compacting them like this, I think they're going to store better, and I think that they're going to take less space, so I'm excited to see how this works out. But I've got 5 of these done, so a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 12 skeins of yarn, and I have a box that I have to do yet. Hello, Urs. Oh no. Oh no. Please don't, son. Come on. Come on. No. Okay. Come on. Thank you. He's being a needy little gremlin today. Yeah? Go on. And with that, I will see you next time.